Hello, everybody, and always welcome back to the Barflies Report. I am Kevin, along here with Coach Pete. How you doing, Pete?
Oh, I'm doing great as always, Kevin. How are you?
Doing well. It's been a couple of weeks since we had a chance to sit down and chat some baseball, so I'm sure there's some happenings, and we're going to dive right into it here.
Yeah.
First thing we all want to know, we left off the last time we talked. I knew there was a big team event coming up. Y'all were going to go out and shoot each other with paintballs. Did you get around to that? And was it as awesome as it sounds?
Oh, it was great. We had a lot of guys there running around like crazy with with the paintball guns and just going wild. We found a great place outdoors. Weather was a little bit rainy, but warm enough. So we got to play a couple different fields and had a lot of fun. Really good.
Good. So that team building exercise paid off in some bruises, no doubt.
Oh yeah. Getting some guys right between the eyes, sneaking up, flanking people, just laying low. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad you were able to get out and do that. And a little bit of rain with some paintball makes it kind of fun, gives a slippery, muddy, nasty feel to it. Good stuff.
Yeah. So crawling around in the mud, a lot of fun.
Good. Well, unfortunately, some of that rain also caused a cancellation, it seems.
Well, no, not actually. So we were expecting rain to come in towards the middle of the game, but the game actually got canceled because of a lack of players on our opponent. We got word when we woke up Sunday morning, and had to make some wild calls to the umpires and scorers and to the rest of the team. But we decided, our team was ready to go. We had a lot of people. We had like 16, 17 people ready to go on our roster. So we decided to do an inter-squad match instead.
Okay, well that's good then. So you got to go out and play some baseball anyways, and I imagine you had some fun. Did you notice anything there that you felt like you had to work on before your next game, or were you just out there having a good time?
Oh, we were just out there having a good time, kind of getting some people to dust off their cleats that haven't been around at practice for a while. They were going to come in and do the base coaching for us for the regular game, but so they got a chance to come in and play. It was also really good for some of our new guys. So Max got some game time before he got brought in. So he's brand new, fresh this year. And so that would have been his first game, but great to get a practice game in there under his belt before actually going out and doing it live.
Oh, good. I'm glad you were able to get out there and play ball, even if the other team wasn't able to. But then this past week, you did have a game.
Yep. We traveled and we did the 2.5 hour trip up to Minden to face the Millers.
That's quite a drive. Unfortunately, the final score didn't work out the way that we would have liked. But as always, there's some good things and there's some bad things and some in between things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with what are some things that you feel like you can really focus on and work on that came out of that game to help get the club a little bit better?
Yeah, so we had a really great fourth inning where we came. So actually leading off with the third inning, coming out of the third inning, we were down 6-1, and on the defense side, we were able to close them out. Forget how many batters. I think we had like 4 or 5 batters, but we shut them down without scoring. We had an inning-ending double play in the third to get out of it. And, we were getting people on base, and we came out in the fourth and got people on base, and we were rallying, and we got 5 runs there to tie it up. So we're very confident going into the bottom of the fourth, and just trying to keep that rally going. We ended up getting out of the fourth as well without any runs. And, so what we really need to work on is keeping that rally going into the fifth. We ended up getting a goose egg up there in the fifth. So that's what we kind of have to work on. We know we can hit the ball. We know we had some great base running by several of our players, lots of doubles. I think we're about 5 or 6 doubles in the game, manufactured doubles too. It's not just it was hitting the gap. These were balls that were fly balls into the into the gap, and through our practice and our base running practice the past few weeks, it really heads up to run the double right out of the gate, and to get into second by the time the ball was landed in between them. So really good play there, and heads up base running. So yeah, I really just taking advantage of those rallies, taking advantage of going those three and out, 4 and outs to get out back onto offense, and that's just continuing. So that's what we struggled with.
So in this game, Kevin got a chance to go out there and get his first start. How did you feel that he pitched, and are you excited about where he's going forward?
Yeah, he really picks it up. I mean, Kevin's turning out to be our utility man of the year here. He's played every single position except for first base and catcher so far. And really coming into the season, we were planning on having him be a catcher, and he'll start actually this Sunday as the catcher. But he, coming out, learning the pitching position. We're down. Fabian and Tim are out at the moment, and we've lost another pitcher as well, one of our relief pitchers to injury, Achilles problem. And so we're really down at that position. So focusing those 2 off weeks, 3 off weeks, to try to get him ready to start. So he came out. Yeah, he had 6 runs, 5 earned in the 2 inning start, but he did really well. Some of the things we need to work on with him is maybe the movement in the set position. There were some times where he might have balked. Luckily, it wasn't called, and so we have to work on that. But other than that, he did a really good job.
That's great. Now, with some of the other injuries that you're dealing with, do you kind of foresee going forward a bullpen mentality to the way that you're going to handle the games? Maybe everybody gets an inning just to kind of be able to work through the pitchers and keep things going, or do you think you got a couple of long haul horses still left out there?
Yeah, so Toby is going to slide into that starter role. We brought him in as a relief pitcher, and that was one of the takeaways that we have. Is he wasn't able to warm up properly coming in, so he started at third base. So he's going to come out, and he's going to start on the mound on Sunday, and then we're going to try to rotate and actually get our bullpen players started in the warmed up and ready to go, as opposed to just cycling through players that are already in the field. And so that was one of the takeaways from the game. But yeah, after we expect Toby to be able to go 3-4 innings, and from there we'll look at doing a 2-inning rotation with the rest of our bullpen.
Excellent. So I understand you got some new players coming into the club.
Yeah, so I already mentioned Max. So he signed up a few weeks ago, and for a month and a half on the roster, he got his first hit on a blooper into right field. So he got his first hit. So we're going to consider him a veteran now. So he's got to pull it up. CJ's there, so he got some game time on Sunday as well. So they're really good. And we have Adrian. He just joined a few weeks ago. He's got some experience. He's from Cuba. He's studying, doing his master's, doctorate. I'm not sure which one. He's doing his PhD at the University of Bochum. So we're happy to have him. Glad to have him shore up our outfield and back up our first baseman. And we have a couple players also. Can't mention their names yet. They're not officially signed, but they're coming in, and they're looking really good. Some former tennis players, and we'll see how that progresses. Hopefully, we'll get him available and ready to start one of these games.
Well, it sounds like that should also help with the rotation issue, with being able to make sure that you can put guys in the field and get your pitchers properly warmed up before they come in.
Exactly. We have Demi and Daniel. They've been out for a few months, and they're dusting their cleats off and getting ready to play. And they're really good at. They've been pitching for a couple of years now, and so being able to get them in and warmed up, as opposed to starting in the outfield, starting at shortstop or something like that, and then not being able to warm up properly, that's going to be the key.
Great. So what's the next game? What do we got coming up here, Pete?
Oh, we got the rematch coming up. So we got Minden coming in and facing off on our home turf on Sunday.
Good. Weather report. We think everything's going to be clear and ready to play.
Well, pretty much scattered. It seems like daily we have a band of thunderstorms coming through. We looked out yesterday with training that it came through after training. One came through this afternoon, and that's kind of what it looks like throughout the rest of the weekend. A little too early to tell, but it should be decent 70-degree weather, and our field's really good with the rain. So if it's just that one band coming through, we might have a rain delay, but other than that, we're good to go.
Great news. Great news. Well, do you have any other final thoughts before we let you go this week?
No, I think looking at this past game, seeing how our teams come together and really understand some of the fundamentals and some of the game between the game, being able to look at those trick plays. We had that one kind of deja vu moment again. If you remember back when we played in Ennepetal, we had that one time where they were trying to sneak a run behind us as we got the runner between 1 and 2, first and second in a rundown. So same thing happened this weekend where we, heads up, got the step off to get the runner trying to sneak into second. And then as we got him in the rundown, we got the runner trying to get home. We got him out. So, just a lot of heads up from the base running, whether it be the unassisted double play, recognizing that you can get the guy out with the force out at second. So really happy with how the team's really progressing this year. Unfortunately, the scores and the standings don't reflect that, but I'm just really proud of the guys and how they've been able to improve under the circumstances.
Well, it sounds like you should be, because I know the training circumstances over the last year have been quite challenging, and it's great to hear about them really, the club really starting to pick up on those finer intricacies of the game, and the hustle doubles. They're worth so much. The hustle double is worth so much. So if you can really start putting those together, I think that your fortunes are going to turn. So I'm excited to hear that. Sounds like the club is doing well. Sounds like you guys are having fun, and really that's what it's all about. It is a game.
It's having fun going out there, having fun with everybody else, and it's great having other teams too that enjoy the game as much as we do, and playing against those kinds of clubs is really fun as well. And and all we need to do now is string those rallies together and keep the gas pedal down.
Sounds good. Well, best of luck to you in your game this weekend. Hope all that stuff comes together. You guys have a great time. Let's put a W up.
We'll try. We're going to do it. Thanks.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.